perspective that even I didn't. The right is playing fast and loose with facts and scapegoating everyone under the sun, especially black and brown people. As a white man, I do not agree with this, and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Purity is appealing to guys, meaning again that you didn't hop in and out of bed with everybody. Innocence also means that you haven't been jaded by the world. It's a beautiful thing. It means that you haven't been through a bunch of relationships that left you feeling dark. It means that you don't have a lot of that baggage that you pull from a bad relationship back into the next one. It means that you've had less hurt, less pain, less crying, less stress navigating the ups and downs of life, because you're younger and you just haven't been through that stuff yet. And a good guy, a really good guy, will want to spare you some of that stuff. He'll want to come into your life and create something for you, stability and financial and otherwise. And, you know, he'll want to protect you and he'll want to provide for you. So you don't have to go through a lot of the stuff that some modern women do go through in those 20s. That's awful and painful and horrible. So they're trying to get you before all of that. What is bad about that? That seems like a perfectly reasonable human instinct.
Whoa, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Voice of Reason, live on KBLA Talk 1580 in the heart of Leimert Park. This is the place where the most uncomfortable conversations and perspectives take place. And today is no exception to the rule. Yeah, we know what's going on with Diddy. We know there are a lot of men out there that are depraved, perverse, just dusty and grimy. Yeah, we know that. But I want to have the invert of that conversation. And I know people don't want to talk about it. I want to have the inverse of that conversation. You know, men cheating. Oh, men cheat more than women. Yeah, men lack integrity when they cheat. Huh? Yeah. I want to have the inverse of that conversation. Because a lot of people play with the mask. They can look innocent. They can look like they're pure. They can express purity. But is purity a reality in today's modern dating landscape? 1-800-920-1580. Tonight's topic: the aftermath of the undisciplined flower. Oh, yeah, we know men don't know how to handle their business. And, you know, men are reckless and men will cheat. I've cheated. Yeah. We're reckless, right? What about the reckless women? Are you brave enough to talk about that tonight? This isn't a witch hunt. This is an exploration of an uncomfortable conversation. I'm tired of living in social constructs where certain discussions are off limits. Can we have a real, honest discussion? The aftermath of the undisciplined flower. You know what a flower is. Many women have made the flower, the manufacturer of the flower, a multimillionaire by now. An intriguing look at the sexually undisciplined woman. How does a sexually undisciplined woman manifest in a relationship? Y'all want to have a real conversation? Or I'm asking. I have a daughter, and who she is and how she shows up in her life and in someone else's life matters to me. Let me tell you the topic again. The aftermath of the undisciplined flower. An intriguing look at the sexually undisciplined woman. Everybody want to get quiet now. I know this going to be quiet. Everybody want to be quiet now. You want real conversation? Do you want to have these conversations? Because that's what the Voice of Reason is about. The hidden cost of hot girl culture. Reclaiming sacred strength. When black women in hip hop like Meg Thee Stallion, City Girls, or Sexy Red celebrate hypersexuality as empowerment, they might unknowingly feed a dangerous cycle. Behind the viral dances and bold lyrics lies a painful truth. Our brains crave the dopamine rush of the likes and attention, much like addiction, while our bodies carry unresolved generational trauma. Now, I don't know how true this is, but I heard all the girls that sing these types of records have good relationships. They're wifey at home. They're living the stereotypical life, but on the record, they're doing something else. And the youth is exposed to this hyper sexualized content. What do you think the impact of that could be? Tracks like Pound Town or Act Up glorify casual encounters. But science reveals a darker side. Each partner's energy can linger in a woman's womb. 1-800-920-1580. You want to have a real conversation? Yes, Diddy is a monster. Sure. R. Kelly was a monster. Sure. But the rapper YG exposed a vicious double standard. He said he was raped by a woman. But it's a rite of passage for a man when aunties go rogue. What happens? Because he's a man, it's like, you should be happy you got some. We want to have a real conversation? It's not a rite of passage. It's rape, just like if it was the other way around, right? YG, the rapper, just came out and said, he's trying to bring attention to that side of the coin. Again, science reveals a darker side. Each partner's energy can linger in a woman's womb per tantra, passing spiritual scars to future daughters through ancestral DNA. This isn't liberation. It's disconnect from sacred traditions like the Yoruba's yoni rites, where sexuality merges with spiritual discipline. True power isn't performative boldness or trendy labels. It's honoring the resilience of foremothers who turned pain into legacy. Until we trade the hot girl culture, the facade of it, right? We will prevent ourselves from acquiring a deeper understanding of ourselves through healing. Be honest. The question comes up now, are you dancing to a beat and doing the latest dance that actually sells your soul? I want to know. I know this is a tough topic, but that's what the Voice of Reason is about. The aftermath of the undisciplined flower. They say, oh, man, you got your thing out here in the street, man. You throwing it around to everybody. Men, we get labeled with that all the time, right? That man is a dog. He out here in the street slanging it. He just slanging it. Yeah. Does that mean women don't slang it back? Are we gonna have a conversation? Why it's always one type of villain and then one type of victim? I want to know, how come you uncomfortable with an unconventional victim? Let me tell you something. That's the worst victim to get into it with. Someone who is able to shift back and forth from villain to victim. I want to know. This isn't talking about Cassie or the Diddy trial. What I'm saying is there's a narrative that men are sexually irresponsible. All I'm asking is there a percentage of women who are equally sexually irresponsible? The topic tonight, the aftermath of the undisciplined flower, an intriguing look at the sexually undisciplined woman. We don't want to have that talk? Epigenetic silence, unresolved generational traumas, replaced jargon with relatable metaphors, spiritual STIs, spiritual scars. Clarified cultural concepts, Yoruba's yoni rites, linked to spiritual discipline, maintained urgency. Do you understand? Do you see what's happening? I want to know from you. Can we be honest? Do you know a woman that is sexually irresponsible? We know men. How does that affect intimate relationships? I want to know from you. Hip-hop sexuality and sacred womb sovereignty. Are modern day women, you guys can call in and share your thoughts. Are you guys good stewards of the yoni? You can say men are not good stewards of their member. You can say that. But in general, this generation, are they good stewards? Ladies, can you call me? Can you talk to me? Can you share your thoughts? Neural plantations, how hip-hop's dopamine economy hijacks black women's brains. fMRI studies show hip-hop's hypersexual lyrics, ergo, city girls, twerkulator. Oh, like a calculator? Twerkulator. Okay. Activates nucleus accumbens, mirroring cocaine neural pathways, according to Anna Limbicki. Right? Artists like Sexy Red weaponize trauma reenactment, according to Patrick Carnes, mistaking arousal for agency. W.E.B. Du Bois, double consciousness manifest as code switching between sexual performance and spiritual erasure. I want to know, Queen Afua's angry vagina, the concept that she came up with, right? The angry vagina concept links reckless sex to ancestral womb pollution. Are the waters tainted? I'm going to have the conversation. I'm not scared. Andy, are they scared? I think they scared. I'm going to have it. I'm not afraid to have this conversation. Right? Because some people say, why did those people participate? Now, I understand why people stay. Because people don't understand the why they stay piece. If you've been traumatized, if you got early childhood issues, CPTSD, insecure attachment styles, there's a million reasons for why a person would stay. We talked about it yesterday. The norm being this pattern. There's a million reasons. Right? But what about the people who want to be there? Because that's a piece that we leave out. We act like there's certain people that don't actually want to participate in this. There are some people out there that are willfully irresponsible with their reproductive system, right? Men, you can call out men for that. Anthony Edwards. It's right there. The facts are right there. Right? He already had kids at 23. Do you see? Jezebel 2.0. Why black women's hip-hop personas update slavery scripts. Lyrics glorifying freakiness, a la Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown. It's a whole bunch of them. Trina. Correlate with higher rates of sexual objectification in black teens, according to the APA. Anybody who wants to say, oh, Zoe's out here attacking. This is according to the APA. Can women be irresponsible with their genitalia? Just like their male counterparts. When we come forward, the voice of reason will continue to cook.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. You ready?
Somebody make some noise in this joint.
KBLA Talk 1580 celebrates its 4th anniversary this year on Juneteenth.
Here we go again. Holla.
Hard to believe 4 years has gone by so fast.
Oh my God.
But here we are, still standing, still loving and serving our people as best we can.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
To celebrate our 4th anniversary, we have 4 big events, and you're invited to all of them.
She got a lot to say. Let's do this.
Let's get it on! On Wednesday, June 18th, we go live on C-SPAN for the 2nd consecutive year with our Climate Justice Plus Black Health Symposium. Tavis Smiley will moderate an all-star panel of thinkers and influencers as we continue our vitally important climate justice work.
Hey, Tavis Smiley, talk about.
On Thursday, June 19th, you're invited to join us as we celebrate Juneteenth and our 4th anniversary. There will be plenty of food, fun, great music, good vibes, and all of your favorite KBLA Talk 1580 hosts will be there.
Yeah, man.
Flip the beat. On Saturday, June 21st, there are two big events you're invited to attend.
I can't wait to hear it.
This year, KBLA Talk 1580 continues its annual partnership with the Empowerment Congress for a community celebration and dialogue to educate, engage, and empower. This year's theme is resilience in the face of chaos.
Can't wait to see what's up next.
Y'all ain't ready for this.
And new this year is our State of Black Women in Los Angeles Symposium, moderated by Dominique DePrima, with a luncheon to follow. Dominique will be leading a dialogue with some of the most impactful Black women leaders in Los Angeles, and you're invited to join.
This is it.
All of these events are free, but seating is limited, so you must register in advance at our KBLA1580.com website, where you can find all the details you need about each event.
Check it out.
It's our 4th anniversary, and we would love to celebrate it with you.
I love you guys so much. There's nothing you can do about it.
We're KBLA Talk 1580.
The only black talk radio station west of the Mississippi.
Thank you for having our black.
Happy anniversary, KBLA.
We love you. Love you.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580. You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Oh, really? There go. Woo, woo, hey. Oh, God.
I'm F-R-E-E free. That mean I ain't gotta worry about no cheat. And I'm S-I-N-G-L-E again. Outside hanging out the window with my ratchet friends. I'm F-R-E-E free. That mean I ain't gotta worry about no cheat. And I'm S-I-N-G-L-E again. Outside hanging out the window with my ratchet friends. Go! Go, go, go. I'm G to the L to the O, big glow. You can catch me out in traffic, tinted slime with ya. I ain't popping out at parties, gotta book me for a show. He say, yeah, I be living fast, nah, boy, you slow. Hey, we hopping out in red lights, twerking on them headlights.
So, what was the study about? Basically, what these two guys did was they brought some really sophisticated statistical models to bear on millions of data points collected in 4 major markets over a 1-month period on a popular dating app. They don't mention what the app is, but based on some of the other features mentioned in the article, I'm led to believe that it's probably Tinder. They also, strangely, didn't include a sample size. However, they do note that the most popular person in that 1-month period received a total of 1,504 messages during that time. And that's just one person in all of New York, Boston, Chicago, and Seattle. So very likely we're talking about millions of data points, which would make the conclusions extremely robust. Now, what the researchers tried to do was to quantify desirability, which it turns out is actually pretty hard to do for a number of reasons. One is that men apparently initiate contact over 80% of the time. So you can't simply use who is being contacted as a metric of who is attractive, as more desirable men receive more responses from women than less desirable men. So what they did is they constructed this really complicated vector analysis that included data on the number and direction of contacts and responses, and basically ranked everybody who used the app during that 1 month period in a given market from least to most attractive. Everybody had a rank. This also allowed them to calculate the desirability gap between contactors and contactees, which in turn was factored in.
Orion Teraband is always cooking. This is a serious topic, right? I asked a legitimate question. We already know that the narrative is out there that men are, many men, not all, some but all, right? Some but all, a great deal of men have been sexually irresponsible. Okay. I said, all things being equal, can the same be said about women? Right? Tonight's topic, right? We're talking about this right now. Can women be sexually irresponsible just as egregious as men are? Can women be that way? The aftermath of the undisciplined flower is social media. It's music. Right? Is all of that stuff contributing, right, to the undisciplined yoni? An intriguing look at the sexually undisciplined woman. I want to know what people think. We have callers on the line. I'm going to get to them for sure. But I'm interested to hear from ladies tonight. Because I know as a man, a goofy brother can't kick it with us. If he is doing anything that we feel is beneath the integrity level of our group of brothers, he don't get to kick it. We will let him know in no uncertain terms that he can't be around. As women, do you guys look at a woman who might be sexually irresponsible and be like, yo, nah, we don't. Do you understand what I'm saying? Hip-hop, hypersexuality, and sacred womb sovereignty, right? That's what we're talking about tonight. I want to know what you think. Are you down with the Twerkulator record? Is the music promoting Jezebel 2.0? And are the tricks out here Ahab? I want to know. When we come forward, I'm going to the phone lines.
Free, that mean I ain't gotta worry about no cheat. And I'm SINGLE again. Outside hanging out the window with my ratchet friends. I'm free, that mean I ain't gotta worry about no cheat. And I'm SINGLE again. Outside hanging out the window with my ratchet friends.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. The Department of Justice is investigating Black Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson over possible race-based hiring. The probe follows remarks he made at a Southside church where he listed black officials in his administration.
The deputy mayor is a black woman. Department of Planning and Development, it's a black woman.
The DOJ says there's reasonable cause to believe hiring decisions may have violated the Civil Rights Act. 4 of 10 black inmates who escaped from Orleans Parish Jail on Friday have been caught. Police say the other 6 are still in New Orleans and will be sent to Angola once captured. And a federal trial is underway for 2 suspects accused of staging a fake hate crime to boost support for Yemi Mobolade during his 2023 mayoral run. Prosecutors say they burned a cross and defaced a campaign sign. Mobolade, now Colorado Springs' first black mayor, denies involvement. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Southern California Edison reminds you that downed wires are dangerous. Never approach or touch a downed wire or anything in contact with it. Stay away and call 911. Learn more at sce.com/stay safe.
At the tone, please record your message.
You ready?
Drop it!
Mr. Tavis Smiley, preach it. Thank you, man. Politics in this country is crazy. You put things in perspective that even I didn't. The right is playing fast and loose with facts and scapegoating everyone under the sun, especially black and brown people. As a white man, I do not agree with this, and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Barbecue season is back. Hey, it's Helen.
And this is Sarah Beth.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich is that zesty barbecue sauce. I love that it was a little sweet, a little tangy, and with the mac and cheese,
I feel like I tasted the brown sugar bacon first. It was the absolute best combination. Pro tip, 3 sandwiches are always better than 1.
Order the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich and our Coca-Cola on the Chick-fil-A app for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a black and brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at WalkGoodLA. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
The Comedy Connection series featuring KBLA's Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, and the alpha male of comedy, Ray Grady. We're going to transform relationship disasters into stand-up material live at Inglewood's Miracle Theater on May 31st at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. My clinical team will disclose all of your dating woes, while the alpha male of comedy, Ray Grady, has hand-selected supremely talented comedians to roast all of our tragic relationship choices. I dare you to bring your ex's phone number because Ray, he's going to text it live and the crowd will be sourcing emojis. Tickets are moving swiftly, so don't hesitate to grab yours at themiracleinglewood.com before I diagnose your dating history as a pre-existing condition.
KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Take heat, take heat.
I'm out of town, thuggin' with my round. My Tootsie Roll brown. Where the hitters? I'm looking for the bros. Quit playing hitter, cause I could be told. Pound town, just left Pound town. Let my hitter, he just took a down. Yeah, that hitter take a down. Yeah, that hitter take me out. Pound town, just left Pound town. Let my hitter, he just took a down. Yeah, that hitter take a down. Yeah, that hitter take me out. I'm out here in Miami, looking for the hoochie daddy. Where they at? Where the hits they get ratchet? Where they at? My son need a new pappy. Too many women, where the men's at? I'm tryna get my, yeah. I'm tryna get my, yeah. You know them dreadheads do it the best. Oh yeah. I like a hitter with a check. All my hitters give me. You know I'm sexy, I'm the best. I'm the, I'm that. You know it. I can't say his name, cause he be cheating. I love you, baby. Yeah. And I'm the reason. Hitters love a bad.
A woman that is not to be played with owns, watch this, number 2, she owns her story, her history, her past, her mistakes. She owns it. Because no woman is perfect. I think a lot of times, especially in church culture, when we read about the virtuous woman, we almost read about that woman as though she's perfect and that woman was virginal and just pure as the driven snow. Not the case. Every woman is flawed. Every woman has made a mistake. Every woman has a history. But a woman that's not to be played with is a woman that owns her story.
Ooh,
See, it's history until you own it.
Ooh.
It's his story until you own it. When you own it, it's her story. It's your story. And you're able to dictate the narrative when you own it.
Brother Blake's, is that who that was? Hey, come on, Brother Blake's. Cooking with the rarest grease. But I will say this, on behalf of women, it's hard for them to own their story in a culture, right, that judges, shames, criticizes, demeans. Let's just be honest. So if you were in a culture that basically called you a streetwalker because of your history, then you're setting the women up to not own their story, right? Why am I going to just own my story and then, allow you to disrespect me because of my story, right? So a lot of women will shut it down. Let's just be honest. It goes both ways, Pastor Blake. You want her to own it without cleaning up the environment. Because in one breath, the church psychologists will say, oh, we need a safe space. But in the other, listen, we got to create a safe environment in America for women to share their stories. And I don't know if men are ready. Ooh-wee. That's a whole nother flip to it. But tonight's topic, we got callers from all over the country. I'm about to get them in here. Tonight's topic, man. We know men can be sexually irresponsible, but what about the women? Oh, why do you have to even have this conversation? Because I'm a real one who isn't scared to curate a nuanced discussion about sexuality that goes both ways. Just like the pastor said, ain't no woman sitting up at home perfect, blemishless, not a blemish on her. Right? I'm asking you, what is the aftermath of the undisciplined flower? An intriguing look at the sexually undisciplined woman. You're listening to records from women that are making millions of dollars. I'm asking you, what effect does that have on your child? Your little girl? Huh? Your little boy who grows up thinking, yo, this is the modus operandi. This is the MO of how to holla. This is what they own. Can we have that? Are we building wombs of mass destruction? The epigenetics of slut shaming. Bruce Lipton's research on transgenerational trauma encoded in the mitochondrial DNA says maybe so. Janet Helm's racial identity stages show how internalized misogyny morphs into digital Jezebels. What we on? Y'all don't want to talk about it? Sex lies and algorithms. How social media hacks the feminine mystique. Huh? Do y'all really want to talk about it? Is it still divine feminine? Is it? What about the black succubus reclaiming the womb from porn-filled patriarchy? Korotkov imaging of aura. You guys know about this, where you could take a picture of your aura, shows that there's a depletion in your aura via casual sex and orgasms, multiple orgasms all the time. Your aura depletes, right? John Bowlby's disorganized attachment in women seeking toxic mirroring online. Nietzsche's will to power inverted, how submission becomes a form of rebellion. We out here. What about thought therapy? Diagnosing the epidemic of spiritual anorexia in black women. Listen, I want to have a real discussion. Studies linking hypersexuality to vagus nerve dysregulation. We're talking about polyvagal theory here. Huh? Avoidant attachment as a trauma response, masking terror of sacred intimacy. Yes, intimacy is scary for the avoidance, we know. Eric Fromm, fear of freedom in women prioritizing familiar pain over unknown peace. Oh, man. Queen Afua's angry vagina model. How unhealed wombs reject their divine inheritance. Do you understand what's happening? Tonight's topic. Listen, you can't just be into hoodoo and Ifa and Christianity and then at the same time not do any self-work. All religions should lead you back to self-work. If you're not doing the self-work, you just practicing. You're not in the game. You get in the game when you take aim at the wounds within you. I know people, listen, hoodoo harlots or holistic healers? The occult economics of OnlyFans. Studies on dopamine dependence and the hedonic treadmill of pay-per-view sex work. Fromm's escape from freedom. Listen, man. You trying to tell me men are the only ones out here irresponsible, right? With their reproductive organs. Is that what you saying? Why y'all so quiet? For this to be the number 2 city in America, why are you quiet? Because you got a hellraiser on the radio who gonna come in here and yank you by your coattails, gonna yank your mask off. Yeah, it's easy to say men ain't nothing. Men are dogs. What are y'all? Huh? When we come forward, we go into the phone lines. It's about to get crazy. Let's go.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. LA County's new Justice Care and Opportunities Department, or JCOD, is here to support justice-involved individuals and their families. The JCOD Support Center is now taking calls at 1-833-LACJCOD. That's 1-833-522-5263. Available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., the Support Center is your one-stop shop for re-entry issues and court support. They offer court reminders, connections to local services, transportation assistance for housing, court appearances, and childcare. The JCOD hotline provides personalized help to connect you with services that you need. And don't forget to check out justiceconnect.org for more information. Remember, it's free and available every day at 1-833-522-5263. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today, talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project. Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do you do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
It's me, Olay Indulgent Moisture Body Wash. I see those dry elbows, baby. But don't worry, get moisturized right in the shower. So hydrated you can skip the lotion after.
Don't wanna see it dry no more. Skin so moisturized with body wash.
Look at you now, no more dry skin. Your skin gets the moisture it craves with
Olay Indulgent Moisture Body Wash.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Real hot girl. And if the beat live, you know Lil Juke made it. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Body crazy curvy wavy beak. Yeah. Lil waist body crazy to wanna know where Megan at. Saucy like a barbecue, but you won't get your baby back. See me in that dress and he felt like he almost tasted that. Num 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 num, eat it up. Go play okay, 3, 2, 1. You know I'm the hottest, you ain't never gotta heat me up. I'm present when I'm absent, speaking when I'm not there. Call them scary cats, I call them Carol Baskins. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Body yaddy 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 yaddy.
స్వామి నేను ధ్యానం చేయలేకపోతున్నాను.
Swami, I am not able to
ఒక
meditate.
క్షణమైనా కూడా మనసు నిల్చలేకపోతుండాది.
Mind is not able to concentrate for a
మనసు
moment.
నిల్చడానికి ఈ ధ్యానం కాదు నీకు కావాల్సింది.
It's not the meditation that's important.
దేహాన్ని కట్టివేస్తున్నావే కానీ
In fact, you are controlling the body.
మనసును కట్టివేస్తున్నావా?
You are not able to control the mind.
మొట్టమొదట మనసును కంట్రోల్ చేయాలి.
First, control your mind.
ఇది ఎట్లా కంట్రోల్ అవుతుంది?
How can you control?
ప్రేమ ద్వారా కంట్రోల్ అవుతుంది.
You can control your mind through love only.
ప్రేమ ఉండినప్పుడు నీకు ఏ క్రోధము రాదు.
When one there's love, there's no
ఏ
anger.
ద్వేషము రాదు.
Nothing whatsoever.
ఏ డౌట్స్ రాదు.
No doubts at all.
ప్రేమ ఉన్నటువంటి వాడు నీవు ద్వేషాన్ని కూడా నువ్వు ప్రేమిస్తావు.
When once you have got love, you'll be able to love your enemy too.
అక్కడ ఎనిమి లవర్ అనేటువంటి రెండు లేదు.
There's nothing like enemy or a friend.
Only one.
Only one.
Oh, that's so powerful. Listen, you jump right out of Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion and others, no disrespect. Listen, man, no disrespect. The girl is a college graduate, man. You got to give her love. She's educated. I get it. But the content is Players Club on wax. Right? That's just what it is. Okay? What is that content doing to little girls who look up to Meg Thee Stallion? Do you understand what I'm saying? The human mind is an association-making machine. If Meg Thee Stallion looks like a superhero to a little girl, she's brought the strip club to wax. Nobody, can we have a real conversation? Is that kind of music, what is it, WAP? And we know what WAP stands for, her and Cardi B, right? Okay. Is it promoting irresponsibility amongst women? We got callers on the line. Let's get them in here. I want to know. We know men are sexually irresponsible. We're the cheaters. We're the dogs. We're the hot messes. Right? John, Mountain View, Hawaii, get in here. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Ooh, this topic gonna hurt. Okay, let me try and be brief because, again, there's enough evidence, yes, in the pool that says men are responsible. Truly. The oldest game in the book got something to do with prostitution, but it takes 2 men on that 1 woman to even make that possible. Yes, we get it. But for it to be what it was from the strip clubs and all that, which was always underground and kept under wraps, now which is full-blown for everybody to see. And the AIDS epidemic that goes along with it, and something that I posted even on my Instagram. Y'all want to opt out of Father's Day because of it?
Ooh. Whoa. I'm listening.
I'm not saying that it's always a woman's fault or it's a man's fault. We're both complicit in the whole organics.
There we go. Yeah, I'm listening. There we go. I hear you. Keep going. You cooking. Keep going.
Man gets on top. That's the way it happens. So again, ma'am, do you want to be seen differently or not?
What about just being respected?
Who's respecting who when shame and guilt is something that can't be used anymore?
Ooh, you want to use shame and guilt, brother?
Well, again, it was shame that kept prostitutes on the street. It was shame that kept church women from not being the same as the prostitute. Now shame is no longer used and we got everything running rampant. I'm not saying we need to go back to shame, but there needs to be a tool used to bring y'all back to the point that even you would respect yourself in, ma'am.
Why not just teach self-respect and self-love from the beginning? I think shame... Listen to what. Help me with this, Pastor.
I'm listening, sir. Go.
See, I think shame is the byproduct of a parent who lacked presence, who didn't tap in and wasn't emotionally attuned to that child. So in order to get that child back on track, they had to shame them. They had to guilt them. See, we thought that those were tools that were good, that kept us on the straight and narrow. But I believe those tools are secondary tools because parents lack the primary tool of presence and connection, which leads to secure attachment. Now I got to get in my shame bag. Do you see what I'm saying?
And now as a parent, sir, we're not raising these kids no more. And we know we started this whole madness without the blueprint.
Without the blueprint. Yes, I agree. I agree.
So let's start where we're at, sir.
No. Let's go back and backtrack.
Okay. Go back. Let's go.
That's what I'm saying. Go back, backtrack, uncover what was missed. We gotta go back and discover, this is my origin. This is where I came from. This is how this developed within me. This particular wound. That particular.
Sir, hold it. We already started that at a movie called Sinners, and you got Christians and people of the diaspora arguing over the fact of where it began.
That's true. You're right. When you're right, Pastor.
We're beating each other up over this madness. The whole point is, yes, deeper. We need to look.
Wait, stay right there. Don't go nowhere. We're going back to why the phone lines are on fire. Stay with us, callers. We about to cook.
I'm a hot ebony, they gon' click it if it's me. All my pictures been getting these through the quarantine. I'm very well on my shit, as you could tell. Any got beef from years ago is beefing by herself. If we took a trip on the real creep tip, rule number 1 is don't repeat that. Rule number 2, if they all came with you, they better know exactly what the they came to do. Body, yaddy, 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 yaddy,